Good afternoon, everybody, and blessed Good Friday. Yes, today is Good Friday. So today is the day we mark Jesus' death. Today is a really sad day of the church year. We hear the story once again of Jesus dying on the cross. I'm going to share that story with you from our Spark Story Bible. Again, I read from this with permission of Augsburg Fortress. The day Jesus died. It was a very sad day when Jesus died. The soldiers who had arrested Jesus teased him for pretending to be a king. They took his clothes and put a king's purple cloak on him. They made a crown of vines with sharp thorns and put it on Jesus' head. Ouch! The soldiers made Jesus carry a heavy wooden cross. The cross was too heavy for him. Jesus fell and skinned his knees, and the cross thumped to the ground. A man in the crowd carried the cross the rest of the way. And as you see, there's a picture of Jesus carrying his cross. The soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross. They raised Jesus' cross up on a hill between two other men. The other men were thieves, and they were being crucified too. One of the men was angry with Jesus. "If you are a powerful king, can't you save yourself? Why don't you save us too?" the man spat at Jesus. But the other thief believed in Jesus. He shouted back, "Don't you know who this is? This is God's Son. He hasn't done anything wrong. We are being punished for our mistakes, but Jesus shouldn't be here." The man turned to Jesus and asked, "Will you take me to heaven with you?" Jesus looked at the man and loved him. Jesus told him, "Yes, today we will be in heaven together." And there are people gathered at the cross crying. After a while, the world grew very dark, as if a terrible thunderstorm was coming. It was as if all of creation was crying because Jesus was about to die. Jesus was feeling all alone and prayed to see if God was still there. Of course, God never left Jesus. God was with him the whole time. Jesus looked at the crowd. He was so sad that people didn't believe that he was God's son. He asked God to forgive them for killing him. The soldiers offered him some sour wine, but he didn't want to drink it. He was ready to die. Finally, Jesus had fought for long enough. He said, "God, the work you gave me to do here is accomplished." He breathed a final, long, slow breath, and then he died. And there is a picture of the world growing dark. So the Good Friday story is a very sad story. And one part we didn't hear was what happened after Jesus died on the cross. After he died, a man named Joseph of Arimathea took Jesus' body, and he anointed the body with oils and spices. And he wrapped Jesus' body in linen cloths and laid him in a tomb, and then rolled a stone over the tomb and sealed the tomb closed. And that's where our story for today ends. But that's not the end of the story, because Easter's coming, and Easter is the end of the story. Now, if you noticed, we are in a different part of our house today for our chapel time. We are in our kitchen. That must mean our craft has something to do with baking. So Morgan, what are we going to make today?
Today we are making resurrection rolls.
Okay, so what do we need to make resurrection rolls?
Well, first we need clean hands. Make sure to wash your hands.
Go wash your hands. We washed ours before we got on camera.
Next, you need crescent roll dough, large marshmallows, butter, measuring spoons, sugar, cinnamon, and a clean work surface.
We're working on parchment paper.
We also need a baking sheet lined with parchment paper.
Okay, what do we do first?
So first we are going to mix our cinnamon and sugar.
No.
Oh, we need to preheat our oven. So first we need to preheat our oven to 375 degrees.
Okay.
Now we need to mix our cinnamon and sugar. So we need 3 tablespoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon mixed into a small little bowl that a marshmallow will fit in. Now you need 3 tablespoons of melted butter.
So we've already melted our butter and mixed our cinnamon and sugar to save a little bit of time.
So our first step, we are going to open our crescent rolls and put them on our work surface.
Got it?
Yes.
All right.
Now we're going to roll out our crescent dough. Is that where it starts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good.
Now crescent roll dough is a little bit sticky.
Now, as you can see, you're going to have triangles. So you're going to pull apart those triangles.
Separate them as best you can.
Yes.
The colder your crescent roll dough is, the better.
Yeah.
It's a little less sticky when it's cold. And right now we're just going to separate 4 of our triangles.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if they get stretched out of shape. You do not need perfect triangles for this. Okay.
For
What's
our
next?
next step, we are going to take one of our marshmallows and put it in our melted butter. We're going to make sure to coat it very, very well. Now, after you coat your marshmallow in your melted butter, you're going to put it into your cinnamon sugar. Once again, you're going to coat that marshmallow.
It does help if you use 2 separate spoons.
Yes.
One for your butter, one for your cinnamon sugar. Otherwise, it gets really messy.
Now, the next step is very important. So we're going to take our cinnamon sugar coated marshmallow and place it onto our crescent roll dough. So what we do is we're going to wrap our marshmallow, but this part you're going to really need to press those edges. If you don't press the edges, the marshmallow will spill out in the baking step.
So you really want a tight seal on your dough. You don't want any of your marshmallow to be able to get out. You want that very well sealed. And it doesn't have to look pretty. Just seal it the best you can.
Yes.
And then you take it and put it
On your baking
on
sheet.
your baking sheet. And it does work best if you put the sealed side down. So, there's a reason we're using these particular ingredients. So, the marshmallow represents Jesus' body. The butter and the cinnamon and sugar represents the oils and the spices that anointed Jesus' body. The crescent roll is both the grave clothes and it is the tomb. So wrapping the body in the grave clothes and then sealing the tomb really tightly. And then, of course, once you've made all 8 resurrection rolls, what do you do, Morgan?
You're going to bake them for 10 minutes at 375 degrees since you preheated your ovens.
Okay. And so, after you've baked them, and if they're not quite done at 10 minutes, obviously watch your baking times. Every oven is different. What do you get after they're baked?
You get a resurrection roll. They should look something like this. And when you break them open, the marshmallow disappears.
It is gone. The tomb is empty. So, we had our sealed tomb, but Jesus is no longer there. Isn't that a really cool treat to share? And you could make these today. You could make them Easter morning as a really sweet treat. And they are sweet. The cinnamon and sugar and the marshmallow makes them sweet. But it's a good reminder that even though Jesus was wrapped tightly in the tomb, on Easter Day, he was no longer there. Morgan, thank you for helping me with my resurrection rolls today. And thank you guys for joining us for chapel. We will see you Easter Sunday. Until then, God's blessings be with you this Good Friday. Bye.
Okay, so the only thing I messed up on